Hey guys, I'm Cam and I'm a Season 13, Season 14 Grand Champion. Today I'm reviewing a ranked 2v2 game from Ace, J and Tails, whose highest rank is Plat 3, and this is also from the Sunless Khan Discord, so let's get right into it. So for the kickoff, you don't necessarily want to go straight at the ball, you want to be more goal side so that you get a more neutral kickoff so that you don't get like absolutely destroyed in your kickoff and then your teammate has to like defend immediately off of that. So one thing to keep in mind when you go for kickoffs. So here you're rotating back towards the goal, but really you want to wait for your teammate to get back into position. He was facing the wrong way to challenge the ball, so you need to be a bit more patient before you go and challenge the opponent. Here, that was a good bomb, but because your teammate is going to attack the ball there, you need to wait for him to do that first, and he's potentially going to be able to give you a pass off the backboard or just the opponent's wall as well, which would be an easy goal if your opponent's out of position from trying to block the pass. Here, you go for the ball, but you really need to think about when you go for the ball, like you're hitting the ball with a purpose. Like maybe you were trying to pass it there, but if you were, then that's something you can work on in terms of mechanical consistency just in free play and training. I'll definitely leave some training packs that you can do, every time you open off league before you start playing. That'll definitely help you with that. With this central kickoff, you definitely have time to flip forward when you go for that kickoff, as it will help with your accelerating quicker towards the ball, and also it will help conserve your boost so that you have more to use once you've actually hit the ball, and you obviously need to reposition to either get boost or to get back to the goal. Here I like that early challenge to make sure that your opponents don't just get a free shot on goal, and obviously your team is out of position, so he's not going to be able to save the ball if it gets past you as well, so that was good. I like this pass as well for your teammate. It's just unfortunate that he hits it straight at the goalkeeper, but that was a good play. So here, when you are rotating back, as soon as you see this guy airling here, Lucas, you know he's going to get there first, because you're not even facing the right way, so you have to completely change your momentum. So because of that, it would be safer to rotate straight back to the goal instead of trying to hit the ball here, because you're not going to get first, no matter what. Here's just a kind of lack of ability to read it or check your boost to see if you are able to actually go for it. These are things that you do pick up the more you play, but definitely check out the training packs that are left in the description and try and play them every time you open a Rocket League. Here, when you go for boost, whilst your team is going for the kickoff, if you turn inside rather than out towards the ball, then you can get back to the goal quicker, just in case your teammate gets absolutely destroyed on the kickoff and then you're not able to get back to the goal in time to make a save. Here, you need to be really decisive with the challenge. If you know your opponent's out of position, then you can get the ball, just go for the challenge. Otherwise, facing the wrong way from the ball, if you're not doing proper shadow defense and just backflipping into the ball, it's not an ideal way to make the challenge, especially when the momentum is completely against you. Here, I don't think you're gonna get to the ball first either. I think it's similar to the other situation before, where your opponent's gonna get there first, so you don't need to go. Your teammate definitely shouldn't have went either though, because he's last man back, and you're in front of him, so he should know that if he gets beat, then there's no one in the goal because you're in front of him. But yeah, you probably want to rotate instead of trying to challenge this. Here, you do actually turn in, which is good. You just need to practice, getting back to goal quicker, and obviously your team got absolutely destroyed. So your other option, instead of going for boost, you can actually cheat to make a play in the ball after the 50-50s happened at the kickoff, and you might be able to deal with the ball better. Although in that situation, your teammate got destroyed, so there's not much you can do about that. For this kickoff, you are a little bit more central when you approach the ball. Again, you can flip towards the ball when you go for your kickoff. The other thing is, you don't necessarily need to panic flip straight off of the kickoff. Sometimes you can just wait and see what the opponent does with the ball and then react. Quite often you'll end up in a better position because of it. Here, your teammate is going for the ball, so you don't need to rush ahead of him unless you're going to be demoing the opposing goalie, in which case your teammate can get a free goal. But otherwise, you need to let your teammate attack and you need to stay reasonably far behind him just so you can react to any challenge that happens on him. Because here, you're not doing anything productive, and now you're out of position as well for defending the opponent's counterattack. Here, I would leave the ball for your teammate just because he's like already facing the ball. He's got a better approach for attacking the ball. Also, you don't need to be right behind him. Like, you just let your teammate attack the ball first and then react to what happens after that. You don't really get anything useful out of being right behind him. Whereas if you are a bit further behind, you can react properly. Here, I like this demo, but I think you should leave the ball for your teammate to hit just because you're facing the wrong direction, he's already facing it. If you rotate far post, you're in a good position to defend the goal as well if he gets beat on the challenge. Here, this is just a mechanical consistency thing that you can practice. If you don't have backers mod, I'll leave a link to it below. I would highly suggest getting it just because you can practice things like hitting the ball off of like any wall in the arena, and just practicing that will like drastically increase your consistency when you're going for these kind of hits, which unfortunately did lead to the winning goal for your opponents. And also your teammate was definitely too far up as well. Should have waited to see where you hit that. Okay, to summarize, if you don't already have backers mod, it'll help make your training a lot more efficient. In free play, if you have backers mod, if you go on the wall and you press the down arrow once or twice, you can jump off the ball, flip towards the ball, and this will just help with your general consistency with hitting the ball off the wall. And you can do it as long as you want before every time you log into Rocket League, etc, etc. For aerial training, I've linked a Novice Aerials pack that frankly I should probably do more myself because I wasn't super comfortable with all of the shots. And also with backers mod, it will allow you to go in between all of the shots really easily and go to the next shot quicker without having to go through the replay. And also it will mix up the shots as well every time, so you're not just like doing the same shot every time. You have to actually adapt like you would in a real game to those slight variations of the ball. I probably didn't mention it enough as well in the actual review, but rotating far post, it's like such a simple thing that anyone at any rank can do, but not enough people do it. So just think about where your teammate is, whether or not they're facing the ball, and based on that information, make your decision to either rotate far post or to challenge the ball. Really important, like I mentioned in the review, if your teammate's got the ball, just let them do their thing. If they get beat, whatever, you can hit the ball. You should get a free challenge on the ball because the opponent would have had to hit the ball from them and they won't be next to the ball, and you'll be able to get to the ball first, assuming they're not some 50 god or whatever. But just be aware of your teammate. It's really important. More on mechanical consistency, just spending like 5, 10, 15 minutes in free play every time you log into Rocket League and just like hitting the balls as hard as you can, trying to go for like fast shots, like hard clears. It will drastically improve your game if you just do that every time you log into Rocket League. Okay, so that was my first replay review. Would definitely appreciate if you let me know in the comments what you thought, if you thought there was anything I could improve on, anything else I should mention. And if you'd like your replay reviewed, just send me a message on YouTube, or even just like drop in the comments. Maybe other people in the comments could have a look at your replay as well and give you some tips on what you could do differently. I've also been thinking of doing a review of one of my own games. If you'd like to see that, let me know as well. And yeah, that's it. See you guys later.